How do you get
Bruce
the
had
time
it. He always gets it right on. He got it before I got to the button. I was going to get the button, and it went, Inspector Bruce, Lester Saber, that quick. And then I hit the button.
I know. He beat the button.
Beat the button.
Nice job. Bruce, you get 3 points. Everybody else gets 2. Hippie Long, Mexican Spec, Lester LeSabre. Thanks for being here right on the top starting point.
Who else is here? Boogie
Mexican
Bandit.
Spec, I heard you delivering the show today. I hope that went well for you.
You know what happened? I was listening to his show.
Yeah.
And I had to go into the bathroom, brush my teeth. Came out, and it's over, and it's sitting there spinning. It's like, man, I missed the end. I could have waited another minute, but I didn't. Bruce has a better clock. Car by Jones is here. Good evening.
Hope you guys had a good day. I know the weather here has taken a turn. It's not horrific. We're not getting snow or anything like that, but it's one of those early spring.
Well, when you get used to warm weather and then all of a sudden it's 47 degrees, it's like,
yeah,
man, I thought we were done with this.
The shop is still pretty bearable.
And you got a fire going.
I did start the fire, and I've got the heater on right here, so we should be fine to do our regular show. Our limiting factor is going to be his endurance, because he had a pretty sleepless night.
I got really sick.
He got a tummy ache, we'll say. We'll say gently, he had an extreme tummy ache.
Extreme tummy ache, yeah. Oh, Mrs. Beck had to go out tonight, so we cut it off at exactly 2 hours. Tomorrow we'll be on a little longer to show all the cars. See, yeah, I always think you're going to be on 2 hours plus a little. Plus a little didn't happen. So.
I mean, 2 hours. Mexicans
that's
are
2
hours.
Thing, yeah.
Like, that's a shift on doing lives, chatting with everybody. Like, it requires a lot of attention and stuff, and if you're doing that exclusively, that's a good shift, I think.
Just think,
right?
Johnny Carson used to do it an hour and a half, and then partway through his career, he cropped it down to an hour. And for some reason, us YouTubers feel like we got to do at least 2 to 3 hours.
I mean, I'm no Johnny Carson, but for, considering what I get paid, I think that a couple of hours is good.
Who's the engineer?
Longer if I'm having a good time.
Who's the engineer for Johnny Carson? A whole crew.
Yeah.
Who did the lighting? A crew.
Well, yeah.
Who did all that stuff? Okay. Who does it here?
Nobody. It's
you
awful.
You do it, and I do a little of it. Yeah.
Nobody. It's terrible.
She walks in tonight, and I said, I got everything ready. She goes, you turn the lights on? I go, I forgot the lights, because there's some extra lights here.
Oh, Mexican Spec's still trying to accumulate hours. Yeah, that takes some time.
Well, then see, I left you on while I was brushing my teeth, so you got a little bit.
I was listening from the other room, so it was legit.
Tavo's here. Tavo.
Welcome in, Tavo.
I'll do this. Hello, Tavo. There's Tavo.
Tavo, a big part of the inspiration of the Del Campavino project, sending us plans and designs so we could replicate some of the
he sent me a lot
stylings.
I sent him some pictures, like with dimensions with no, dimension lines with no dimensions in them, and he sent them all back with dimensions in them. And then he sent me more stuff, and then he sent me more stuff, and then he sent me more stuff, like engineering drawings from Chrysler things. It was pretty good.
Buddy Carfano's telling me to use a jack stand. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, what did I tell you when I was...
Exactly the same thing. I can't believe you're working under there without a jack.
I said that. I said, and she goes, yeah. I said, well, at least it'll generate some comments. Just comments will help. More comments, the more YouTube pushes it out. That's not a good way to do it. Of course, if it falls on you, then you get a lot of comments. That'll be terrible. Not a good way to do it. Billy Carfano, watch Kim's fixing the wheel bearing. Use jack stand. Can't trust the jack. I don't know. I told her at least take the wheel and shove it under there, so if it comes down, it can only come down as far as the wheel.
And I guess the reason...
She wasn't under it.
Like, if I start going under, as soon as I'm under a car that the desire to have a jack stand protecting me or something, a log or something in addition to the jack, it kicks in immediately. But oh, but I wasn't under it. I was just doing, the wheel bearing. And the worst could happen is it roll off the jack and fall down. So I wasn't thinking that way, but you're right. I should have it on a jack stand. I did have the wheels chopped because it was kind of outside on a slope. So.
Portal says, I was watching Andy's channel, not sure if the contest is over. The Canadian guy had an issue with timing and ground. I saw the Unity Motorsports Garage. I see it up there, and it's like, okay, I got to do it. But I was busy with a bunch of other stuff, and I've been so sick during the night, and I slept a little bit during the day, and I never clicked on it. But I guess I got to watch that because he always does cool stuff.
Mexican Spec says, so if you only have your legs under there, is it okay? Is it going to crush your legs? Then it's probably not okay. But I don't sit with my legs straight out underneath it like I'm sitting at a table when I'm working on it. My legs are underneath me, behind me mostly.
And Faith is here?
Yeah. I mean, and it's different if I'm pulling on a wrench and it's rocking and stuff. Okay.
Todd Saw is here. Good evening. And Todd, I watched your video about the cotton gin. I've never watched a cotton gin, and especially one that's over 100 years old, that they're still using it. That was a pretty interesting video. Slimo's here, and you're ready to talk.
Welcome. This is not automotive safety repair safety advice. How's that sound? Because always use jack stands. Never do anything sketchy. There's no reason for it, but.
Look at this. Many years ago, this Tavo says, many years ago, my brother had a car roll off a jack while under it, pressed down on his chest and couldn't yell out, adrenaline pumping. He managed to position the jack and wind it up off himself.
Oh, man.
I had a car roll off, those stupid ramps that you roll them up on. I had a car roll off ramps up onto my chest. And I ended up in the hospital and had 4 broken ribs and 5 broken vertebrae and poked a hole in my lung. It was not a fun day. That was in 2016. That was 10 years ago.
Yikes.
Zach Kohler is here.
Why do we have sticks? Sticks.
I have no idea what that's from.
Okay, that's fair.
I didn't put it there.
You might have.
Yeah, I guess I could have.
Mr. Burlock says, Buff, the sound is worse than deep sea divers audio.
Who's
something
sound?
wrong?
Not us. No, I know. He's talking about Andy Wood's sound.
Oh.
Because I saw him. The only reason I know that is I saw him comment on another live about it.
Was that a live or was that a video?
I think it was a video.
Okay.
Well, it may be on a live that became a video.
I saw there was a live stream, and I put it on for a minute. It wasn't today. I think it was yesterday. There was a live stream. They were going to do dyno stuff. And but when I went to it, it was just idle. I could hear talking in the background somewhere, but no one was in front of the camera talking. So I guessed that I either missed it or it hadn't started, and I never got back to it.
That's they ran it today for the Cotton Gin Festival. I was going to live stream the whole process, but lost connection as soon as I went to the building. Sounds about right.
Yeah, if you're going to do a live stream for an event, that's something that you have to set up on an official kind of level, and you need to confirm that you are going to have like at least a Wi-Fi, but a wired connection. Because when you get a whole bunch of people in a room, they all have phones. All of a sudden,
Braden's here.
Live streaming.
Braden's here. Hello. And if Faith's still here, she always comes in here looking for Braden. So now that maybe they'll find each other.
That's why at No Name Nationals they don't have Wi-Fi, because everybody will try and connect to it in live stream, and it's like, it doesn't work. If you're gonna do that, you have to be the official, and you have to coordinate it, because there's just only
They get too many people on.
Well, there's only
feed.
so many data bits that can go through the little wires. They're little wires. How many data bits do you think?
And Barracuda's here. Yeah, you need those.
We have to share. If we're doing community type things or big collective type things, you have to coordinate that stuff. It's a good lesson, though. It's an important lesson to know. Like, if I go somewhere with my phone and there's 1,000 people, my phone is not going to live stream. It's not going to work.
Mexican Spec says, I bet they have cellular phone stuff. I'm sure they can find each other outside of here. Yeah, but they come in here looking for each other.
I'm sure they can find it.
And Faith says, yeah, I've not been feeling good lately. I got sick today.
So
man, I was so sick last night. I had a long night of sickness. Not fun. I'm not 100%, but I feel a lot better than yesterday.
Tavo had the same issue at the Aussie Chrysler show.
Oh.
Buff will remember a really poor grainy stream, very poor quality.
I wanted to see that so badly, and I watched it. It looked like we were watching through a shower door, but it was enough. And I watched that whole stream, Tavo. I remember it well.
My experience, having gone to some events and gone places and tried to film with different things, is take your lightest, easiest to manage, safest to hand off to somebody else camera. Like we have a GoPro and it's got a handle on it and I got a couple of batteries to swap out. Because it makes you at least have that as a fallback. So if all else fails, you can record stuff and post it later. Because, there's some people that do want to see the event live, but most people are accepting of seeing a reasonable quality version after the fact.
Do you see like one hair hanging down there?
Yeah, hair.
Not those. Those
junk
are
ones?
Terrible scissors. All that'll do.
He's got a hair bugging him.
I tried to do it in the screen and I couldn't do it because everything's backwards. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know why I trimmed the mustache and everything. I still see it. Look at it. There is one hair sticking down.
Oh, you want the downy one?
Yeah, well, I don't know what it's just like it's like an extra long hair.
There's a bunch of them. You need
just get that big long one.
There's a bunch of them. They weren't as bad a couple of days ago. I don't know.
Okay.
Come back.
Oh, just get the one. You're cutting yours.
There's a bunch of them.
Well, I don't want them all cut. Just cut the one.
Are you really joking?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, because it's like a shiny hair sticking down. It looks like I got a piece of metal in my mustache.
Todd Saw suggests needle nose pliers. Braden says somebody just needs to order Starlink at the racetrack and get it set up. See, they have high-speed internet at the racetrack, but as soon as they funnel it through a Wi-Fi, and everybody, there's 150 people at the racetrack, and they all want to be able to either live stream or watch the live stream on their phone, and it doesn't work. It comes through a bit at a time on everybody's phone.
So down there in the house, I got a little tiny pair of, what duckbills are? They're like needle nose, but they're kind of flat, square on the end.
I get a check.
You get a chicken fire, okay. And those are there specifically for pulling out hairs that are sticking out all crazy. And I was telling Kim just before we went on here, say all the hairs are all curved the same direction, except one will curve the other direction. It's like, why is that happening? And I'll just, gone. Full rule says everyone wants 4K. I run the lowest res to save data. Yeah, I do. If I'm somewhere where that's all I have, I do the same thing too. Wendy English says, just cut it off, Kim. One-eyed cat, he's here too.
Starlink could be good, but I think you're better off just recording and then making it a story.
Don English says use a pair of Hemas. Yeah, I got a doorbell at Hemas back. Mexican Spec says always get rid of the rebels. Man, like eyelashes, all curved the same way, and then one day something be driving me nuts. I'll go look in the mirror. One eyelash is going down. It's like, what do you do? Turn around?
It's a rebel.
And at that point, out it comes. Braden says, a tornado formed right over on the highway a block away from me, and I watched it for him, and it ripped through a town 5 minutes away. And one of my friends was in it, lost this house. Really? Oh. But then the tornado hit over by me. It was on the ground for at least 50 miles or more. Man, tornadoes really tear shit up.
Wow.
I was one that like a block away when I was in Ohio. I was in a.
Did you film it with your phone, Braden? You could have been YouTube sensation.
Question for Kim: if you use an iPhone hotspot and connect GoPro to it, will that eliminate the bottleneck bandwidth issue?
Todd Saw. No. Short answer, no, but not for the reason that you would think. If the cellular network is loaded down because there's a bunch of people using it, then your iPhone is not going to have a good connection. So
yeah, it depends on what kind of what do they call it? What kind of backbone there is.
Yeah,
and the connection is one thing. The backbone, which means how many, there might be 5 available connections. There might be 50, and if you're on a cell that doesn't have many, yeah, you got to share.
And
slows way down.
Most people they don't recognize the way the system is designed, and they expect that it's going to work when they're in a huge crowd of people. It's like the huge crowd of people all expects it to work because it always works. I always have good connection. It's like at home where there's an antenna for 100 houses and there's 800 people and they're not all on their phone, they're all at work, or they're all using their home internet, Wi-Fi, or something like that. But
since I would ask hosts of known internationals to hire someone to record the event. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty low budget operation.
Well, no, they have been doing that.
They have something there.
Yeah,
but
pretty much everybody on their channel after the event will have some kind of.
You have an event like that, and everybody there is a YouTube content creator.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what everybody wants to do?
I mean, most people who are, I think after the first year or so, word gets around. Don't do a live stream during the event because there'll be 1 or maybe 2 people who get.
Oh.
They set up shop someplace and everybody comes and visits. They run a live stream for a couple of hours in the evening or sometime in the afternoon. I mean, in the afternoon, everybody's like racing and watching the racing and talking to people, and you don't want to do the live stream.
Todd says, I'm not talking about Wi-Fi. I'm talking about connecting a T-Mobile tower. Yes, the tower,
the cellular network.
If you're talking to a cellular network, it depends on what kind of backbone they have. They might have a lot of connections at one, and they might not.
That track is out in the sticks along the highway. There's a highway right across the street from the track. So the neighborhood, the track, and the highway are all serviced by a cell tower someplace. And if there's not an event, the connection is excellent. There's no gap in coverage there. But it's not like a place where there's an enormous demand where they're going to build a giant backbone to service the track, because there's going to be a bunch of expensive cellular antenna infrastructure pointing at the track that only gets events on weekends, and the track doesn't make enough money to. The cellular people got bigger fish to fry. They build in the cities and places where there's always stuff going on. There are places like stadiums that have enough cellular stuff that a lot of people can use their phones at the same time. And there's places in cities where there's lots of traffic and lots of buildings and lots of activity where there's, really robust systems.
Mark Silvey popped in.
But
Hello.
Sykeston, Missouri ain't it. If you needed to, if you were like a big channel and it was really important that you did a live stream during the event and you wanted to do that and you had dedicated camera people and you would get one of those satellite internet things and you'd have your own independent feed. You wouldn't share it with anybody and you'd have a nice hot stream. But the event doesn't work.
Well, I was playing with that nut and I dropped it.
I thought it went back there on the deck.
No, that was the bolt.
Okay.
The little tiny nut.
Okay.
It's probably the last one, and I fumbled it. But it landed on my pants.
Woohoo! Recovery.
Now all I can do is find the bolt.
Dean says no lashes going. Cat. One-eyed cat says yeah, she got it. Oh, what did she get?
Well, it went back here somewhere. I thought that was going to be the easy one to find.
Oh, Todd Saw said, I learned something. Cellular was excellent 2 days prior during test. Day event, it was a no-go.
Yeah, because everybody's using it. Everybody had the same idea.
Yeah, and when the system is loaded, the systems are actually very robust. When the system is loaded, it starts limiting your connection quality. I don't know if you've ever got one of those phone calls that was like robotic. That's because it's
sharing too many bits.
It's sharing bits. It's preening your bandwidth so that more people can use the system.
Yeah, you lose a few bits, you won't notice it. Start missing more of them, it starts like
it's like back in the day when you had the modem, right? And you could log in with your 56K modem connection. But if those systems were really busy, you wouldn't get 56K. You'd get 32 or 28. And then all of a sudden everything's really slow. Well, the cell phones do the same thing. Generally, I would say, unless you have a real budget and you have like a Starlink or whatever it is, specifically for you, that you should expect to do most of your documentation as recordings. And
don't need any bandwidth for that.
Yeah, you don't need bandwidth for that. Do recordings. And there's no shortage of stuff that needs recorded or could be recorded. Conversations and...
Let's see what World of Wood Chip says.
What's that?
Send smoke signals.
Smoke signals. Well, that's what they do in the burnout box.
Can you encode the smoke signals? Okay, this is what screws onto here.
World of Wood Chip bought a 65 Chevy today. Really?
Wow.
That's...
What kind of 65 Chevy? My father bought a brand new 65 Chevy, but it was a van. It was a Chevy Sport van. It's like a very early minivan, basically. That was our family car for one.
4K was a good day on his old dial-up. Oh, that's horrific.
Oh God, remember dial-up?
Yeah. We had old phone lines, and they were not capable of 56K. That was horrible.
Morse code. Smoke signals in Morse code.
Binary.
Well, who knows where Death Valley is? Death Valley is a place in Southern California, out near Nevada, and I think it's the lowest place in the country. It's below sea level. So I stayed out there in a hotel, it's really small, like looks like a motel, and they had internet, but you couldn't get anything. And there was a bar next door, and they said, just go over in the bar. So I went over to the bar. We ate over in the bar. And while we were eating, I sat there, and I could download like 1 or 2 emails the whole time we were eating. That's how slow it was. But I got the emails downloaded. It's like, oh, my God, how do you people live like that?
Todd, Todd asks, he says what he's hearing is that Starlink set up, remotely live stream, connect his phone, just like a home Wi-Fi to the Starlink, and then the problem is solved.
Starlinks, yeah, but you got to pay for that.
Well, yeah, and they're not crazy. If you have one of those, I don't think the monthly thing is too much anymore, especially if you are using it for events or something like that. Somebody's willing to pay for it. Anyways, Todd, hypothetically, that's a really, if I was going to try and do it, that's my next thing, but I've never tried it. And I don't even know anybody who's tried it, so I can't promise you. And is Starlink real sensitive to weather?
I would expect it to be like if you had really heavy thunderstorms or something, but otherwise I would think it's, I haven't ever heard any complaints, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. You know, stuff normally that's satellite stuff, yeah, it can get screwed up with weather.
Todd, it's an interesting thought. The other thing is if you can get a hardline connection, you know, a RJ45 or whatever connection into somebody's network, it might be a lot hotter, high-speed connection than anybody's going to get on a cellular or Wi-Fi network.
So he says, thank you. I can use it when I go camping too. Done deal. Yeah, Starlink.
Okay, I'd love to hear about it because very few people are using it, but there are people who do.
Death Valley, Wonder Hussy Base. Yeah, she moved over there. That didn't make sense to me. She got to pay California taxes. She was in Nevada.
When did she move? I haven't watched.
Oh, like
Wonder
a
Hussy
year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she use the Starlink, Barracuda? Is that why you were mentioning her?
She's an interesting person.
I haven't seen her live stream. I just see her when she does a video.
I don't watch all her videos, but I do watch a few of them. Yeah. Usually when Burning Man, she always goes to that. World of Wood Chip. It has a 256 that's going bye-bye. What body is it? What kind of body is it? Yeah, and Barracuda asked Impala, Biscayne, Chevelle, Nova, question mark. Yeah, what kind of 65 Chevy is it? 256 cylinders, okay, but I guess if you want it to be original, it would be 230 cubic inch 6. Or you want to put a V8.
Everybody wants a small block. Let's not pretend. Todd says, I have a lot of RVing friends who swear by Starlink. Just never thought of using it for my remote live streams at big events. Yeah, I think because it gives you an exclusivity, right? You've got a private connection with whatever predictable amount of, it shouldn't change on an event day from whatever you get on a test 2 days before.
Oh, it says it's a C30 dump truck. Wow.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, 256.
With a 6-cylinder, one-ton dump truck.
Well, you know how that's going to work.
Woof.
Low gears.
Yeah, you might find that once you put a small block in it, that it's geared a little bit lower than you.
What about the transmission? Is it 4-speed with a granny low? I would assume that would have, but I don't know.
Yeah, that would make sense.
My 63 C30 had a 250 for a few years. I don't miss it. Too much truck to push around. Yeah.
Tanner of Vintage Adventure Drives has arrived. Howdy, folks. I'm working today, and we're having fun. Great. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. It's always good to have a job where you can, where it's not a drain.
What are you having fun
emotionally?
With? I can just imagine working in ambulance service, like either.
If nothing bad's happened, then
you're out rescuing somebody or you're polishing the ambulance. Or changing the oil in a hurry so you don't get a call while the oil's not in the engine.
Todd Saw says, I think I always thought Starlink required a wired connection. When you said can connect to it wirelessly, game changer. So if Starlink is a wired connection, then all you got to do is get a little wireless Wi-Fi connection, and then connect to that. It's just one extra little link.
But Starlink, you have to have another connection to something?
I don't know if it has a wireless broadcaster, wireless router built into it. But if it doesn't, a little wireless router box is like maybe $30 to $50 at the most. And then you just make a private Wi-Fi connection to it. And
I was going to let that go. But okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He says it has a Eaton rear end with 513 gears. That's why it works with a 6-cylinder.
Yeah. And
an SM424 speed. Very good.
Depending on what you plan to do with it, it's probably fine. But a small block will go real good.
You can have marijuana gummies in Death Valley. So I wouldn't care about. I used to hike around there and up in some of those canyons and stuff. It's warm, nice place, you know. Even in the wintertime, it's warm and nice, you know. We're messing up another coworker's YouTube feed, says Vintage.
Uh-oh. Todd says I need Starlink and a battery pack.
Vintage says, Kim, did you get that picture I sent you earlier?
No, I didn't even look. I didn't realize you sent stuff. What'd you send, Tanner? Is it something I want to see right now, or is it good till after the stream?
Okay, so World of Woodchip says it's getting 456 gears and a small block. Yeah, that'll still turn it fast enough that it'll work well.
Hippie Long says Rome satellite system service is $165 for business. Is that $165 a month? How long of a contract do you have to sign for it? Todd Saul says I just looked. It can be connected wirelessly. Very interesting. Sorry to hijack the chat. I'm done with this subject, but you helped me a lot. All right, well, we'll move on, but you didn't hijack it all.
Everything we talk about is hijacked, so that's okay.
Well, you know, there's several other people in the stream who are content creators and who like events, and maybe it sort of, you know, shook some cobwebs and helped them to be more prepared. I think it's good when we all make better content. It gives us our group a sense of credibility if we bring what we bring to the table, right? So if we all go to the track and we all turn our phones on and start the live stream at the same time, we look like a bunch of yahoos who don't know what we're doing. But if we all accept the fact that, like, oh, Todd has his Starlink. All right, he's the streamer. Everybody, hey, and then as we walk around, we all say, oh yeah, Todd brought his Starlink. He'll be live streaming all day. There he is over there in the white hat with the flag that says streamer. Make sure you go say hello to him. And everybody else puts their phone down. So if somebody has an emergency, it works good, you know. And then
so
we just all get in line and it works?
Vintage, where'd you send
it's better
this?
For everybody.
I'm looking in the Buff Del Campo email. I don't see it, so I don't know what you sent. Where you sent it to? Oh, there's like days ago. Oh, wait a minute. What's today? What's today? Today's like. No,
that's because we're professional.
The last email I have from Tanner is on the 14th. And it's a picture of a cake.
Oh, yeah, we saw the cake.
Yeah, we've already seen that. So I don't see anything else. Tanner, what'd you send it to?
Wander Hussey is fond of marijuana. Oh, you already read that, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
You know,
if that's what she likes. Yeah.
Some people get relief, and a lot of places they're not illegal or anything, so it's not my kind of thing. And here in Tennessee, it's all illegal. They don't screw around. There's no prescription waiver or nothing.
It wasn't, and then they made it illegal.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess there was problems. They had to put a stop to it.
Somebody.
Or maybe the doctors just only want you to get prescriptions. Or you can never know.
Some fine money.
Every time I go to the doctor, I got to get a drug test because they just assume everyone's on drugs.
So.
And then if they catch you on drugs, they won't treat you.
So,
wow.
In Tennessee, I would bet some fine money dried up. I got to get that fine money rolling.
Oh, yeah, right. There's too many empty slots at the local jail.
I sent a picture of a time slip to Kim's phone. Oh, I didn't know he had your phone.
Oh, it's from his... Oh, I might have been the winner. I do want to see this.
Oh, okay.
I forgot he had my phone number. In here. Now this is cool. Thank you for sending that. I forgot that he had my phone number, and I haven't looked at my phone all day. Tanner, here's the fastest pass on the red Scamp from last night. Okay. 73.85 miles per hour.
Oh, that thing goes pretty good.
And it ran an 1842. That's impressive.
Well, she's got it now.
That's really good. That's really good. For a slant 6?
That's not the slant 6, is it?
Yeah, there's a slant 6 in his red car. Is that the red car?
It can't be the slant 6.
Yeah. Yeah, his slant powered Scamp, the one he brought back from Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage. 1842 is really good. Wow. It's running.
Oh, it's a quarter mile.
It is a quarter mile.
That's why the speed's higher. Okay.
But he's got the 279 gears in it too. It's hard to get those going on a whole. He's really got it tuned in for you. That's fantastic, Tanner. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad I lost because it's in the good direction.
Can you read Todd's thoughts? Because you're going to be the one to answer it. You're going to be the one to answer it.
Todd Saul asks, have you all ever considered using StreamYard, UV Mux, OBS Studio, etc., and having guests come on in live streams?
We are on OBS right now.
We've done it. We're on OBS right now, and we have used StreamYard, but they increased the monthly fees for StreamYard, and so early on...
it was difficult. We had difficulties.
It was a lot of layers, and it was stressful for me, and I didn't really enjoy it.
Who did we have on? We had Wendy English.
Dougster was on, and Wendy English was on separate nights.
Yeah, and somebody else.
And it
did it 3 times, and it was fun, but it was stressed.
There's a little delay, and we didn't really have it planned out well. We might do it again sometime, but it was just. But OBS is fantastic software. It works very well for us. When we do have problems, it's usually not the software. It's usually something with computers or the internet connection. So. Todd Saul asks, has Mex ever come on stage as host? No, he doesn't show his face.
He's been on Uncle Tony's, and he just shows a green screen. He doesn't. He does not show his face.
Tanner of Vintage Adventure says, I've got video to prove that I was running it. I took the air filter off and manually shifted it. It's a factory 271 gear. Oh, I didn't have a doubt that it actually ran that, but I didn't expect it to run that good. They can run that good, but usually it takes a lot of practice to dial them into that kind of thing.
Daniel
Did you even get out of second gear, manually shifting in a quarter mile? At 73 miles an hour? You probably shifted right at the line.
Daniel Morrissey's here. He missed the hair cutting segment.
Well, we only cut, 2 hairs?
Yeah, how many times does somebody come in a barber shop and have you cut 2 hairs?
This one and this one.
Yeah, Todd says meant guests. Yeah, we had a few guests, but I don't know. We've talked about it.
For some reason, it was really stressing me out at the time. Now that we're more familiar, because we've been doing this for 2 years, now that we're more familiar with the software and we have our format and everything, maybe. But I don't know. It actually, even thinking about it, it stresses me.
Yeah, Wendy English says, I've been on with Buff and Kim.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing that, Wendy. We were so, still green at doing our program, so.
Managed to hit third gear about 1,200 feet.
Wow, that engine really, does he have a cam in that engine? What makes that go?
Oh, yeah,
that's not factory.
It's not going to turn that fast. You gotta shift.
That's not a factory slant 6. There's something done to that.
Roll the wood chip, bro. You don't need to give me a drug test. You could just ask. That's one of the things I really disliked about working for the government. It's a blank check. They can take a blood test whenever they want. Just an annoyance. And then Yeah, there are people that didn't pass it.
And my experience with StreamYard specifically is it's very easy to learn, extremely beginner friendly. Uh, I didn't have a problem running it. There was no technical issues. It wasn't very demanding of my computer. Like the computers that we use to live stream are not very modern computers. They're old computers, and they don't struggle with the software at all. Uh,
They're
OBS,
not that old.
or well, they're not. Yeah,
they're a couple of years old.
They're not powerhouse computers to begin with. They don't have anything. But I found StreamYard to be a little bit. The setup, the basic setup, like if somebody sends you wide, it puts the two wide side by side, and then you've got big black bars above and below. I didn't like that. And if you go in, you can massage that, but most people don't.
Read vintages.
Let's see. Tanner says the bottom end is stock. The head is milled and some mild porting.
Milled? Mild.
Oh, the head has some mild porting. And has a 2-barrel Weber and custom split exhaust manifold. Weighed 32.95 on the line. That's really good. That's really good for a Slant 6. You must have had good air that day.
Hollis is the first Valiant Pacers down here. The factory warm Slant 6 ran high 17s over the quarter. They were high compression, 323 rear. I don't know what the rear end is on this thing. This is no.
This one?
It's just a little rear end, but probably something for gas mileage. 72. I don't know. We hadn't hit the.
Yeah, it's probably got that 271 or 279 or 276, whatever the ratio.
See, this is 1972, so gas was still cheap before that was before the oil embargo. So that happened in 74, late in 73.
Well, Tanner, that's a really good time. And to get much more out, I'm not sure what you can do to get more out of a Slant 6. Like, you're not going to get 17s out of it without some major work on bumping up the compression all the way. And you've already got the split, the advantage of the split, because like my car, it runs in the. My car has this tiny little exhaust pipe, so the exhaust pipe helps, yeah.
Hers is like 5/8 of an inch. No, it's like 1 5/8 or 1 3. It's a tiny little exhaust pipe. It's pretty funny looking. You could fix that.
Yeah, the 271. I thought it was a 276, but whatever it is, it's the same damn thing. That's the pretty stock gear ratio for an automatic. If it has a manual transmission, I think they put the 323s in them sometimes, or the 290 whatever series. They put a little bit shorter gears in them for the manual transmission to save on the clutch.
Dean Stevenson saying what the 225 had down under. He's running with the mechanical fan running. The power steering still turning.
Well, power steering belt. It's not 20 horsepower. No.
You don't think so?
No. Power steering and fan. It's good for a couple horsepower.
That car doesn't have any AC.
No. It is good for a couple horsepower. You might be able to break into the I-17s with an electric fan and taking off the power steering belt.
Ford rules. You can tell this is a Ford guy. Nobody makes an overhead cam head for a slant six.
Never been done. Wouldn't be a slant six by the time you got it all working, because the fuel pump and distributor run off the cam that's down in the block. So you'd have to run a chain that goes up over the head and still have some kind of shaft to run the fuel pump, the oil pump, and the distributor. Just to run two cams, one that doesn't do anything. No. If you're going to do all that, your cost per horsepower is equivalent to drop in a small block. Make it a small block. Because it just doesn't make sense to redesign a motor from 1960, from 1959, because you're already behind the game in cubic inches.
Yeah, engine design's over 60 years old. Barry Cuda says, my Valiant with the 245 Hemi 6 is 292 rear gear, not quick off the line, but it feels like the sky's the limit on the highway. Yeah, I know nothing about that engine other than I've seen pictures of it. What is a bore and stroke? I don't know exactly. Is it a long stroke, small bore, or is it the other way around? Can you wind it up? Because the slant six is good for what, about 4,500 RPM or something? They run out real low, don't they? Okay. I'm asking you a question.
They run out real low. What, RPM wise?
Yeah, I said they're only good for about 4,500 RPM, aren't they?
Yeah, if you have a really good one, you can go into the 5,000s, but that's...
Yeah, so I was asking
past the peak.
I was asking Barry Cuda what the...
Bore stroke on the heavy
245, yeah, because he says it'll, like the sky's the limit. I don't know, wind those up real nice or not.
World of Wood Chips asking you put
get them.
Deeper rear end gear in it, is already buzzing through the traps. No, it's got a 3-speed in it, and in a quarter mile, he said at 1,200 feet he was shifting from second to third, but in a quarter mile you can almost stay in second gear for the whole thing. So you could put like 390 gears in it. I think I had 373s in one, but it's no fun on the highway with 373 gears in it. That's why a lot of the people who like to race those cars like the 8 3/4 rear end, because you can go to the track and swap out the rear end, or if you're trailer but yeah, you can put a lot deeper gear in it, especially if you're running an 1/8 mile. Yeah, the sky is the limit if you have if money is and time is no object.
Dowell says, I had one freak run in my 245 Pacer. Out of the factory, magazines were getting 16.2 quarter mile consistently. I got one run at 15.56 at 86.4 miles an hour. That sounds like a Mustang with a small block Ford or something.
That's pretty good. You got good air that day. Tanner says my Weber runs pretty rich, so I need to tune that. I haven't even looked at the timing. I can tune it to be run better for sure. Maybe throw a shift kit in the transmission. How far do I want to go? Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's rich, that's always good to get right anyways. I would guess that Jamie probably has the timing okay, but yeah, double check it, because they like a lot of initial advance, but a total timing of only like 30. I know a lot of shorter stroke engines will go like 34 or 36, but they really only like 30 or 32. They don't. So a lot of times what I end up doing, and if you look, Slant Daily Garage, Professor P has done videos on recurving distributors, and I have a video on my channel, Can Fix Things, about recurving Mopar distributors. A lot of times what I'll do is I will reduce the amount of mechanical advance in the distributor so I can give it a lot more initial timing, and then it won't over advance when the mechanical advance comes in. And they like that, especially cars. You don't want to do that to a truck motor because they're more load. But for cars, you can, or especially if it's a light car, there's no interior and.
Senior and Sons is here. Good evening.
Or
and Luis stopped in. He's here.
Or if you have like 373 gears in it, so that the car looks even lighter to the transmission because gears are so like that. I don't know what you call that, high, low, whatever. But yeah, if the car is very light, then you can put not more timing, but you can bring the timing in a lot quicker.
Tavo says one thing to know about our Hemi 6, they go a lot faster when they're flogged out of their last tenth of their life. You know what? You say that, and the first thing I think of is the timing chain starting to get loose, and it's starting to
slack.
Yeah, the cams run a little bit behind, and it's going to run better at higher RPM. That might be why. That'd be pretty funny. People think timing chains stretch. They don't. They wear, and then they look like they're stretched. But that does make the cam timing less advanced.
Tanner says he has a video about recurving a distributor. He did it the night before. He got the big block scamp. Jamie didn't even bother really messing with the timing when he had it. Oh, yeah. Well, then there's improvement to be had, surely. That sounds fun, but you got the big block car. Just enjoy the scam. I'm surprised you even took it I would want to take it to the track, but don't keep taking it to the track. Enjoy it for what it is. Get the That's
your daily driver, isn't it?
Yeah, get the fuel mixture right and enjoy it. Yep.
What's this? Dean says got all these engines listed.
I'm sorry for talking down to you about the distributor, Tanner. Now that you mention it, I remember that you've done this stuff. You know. But maybe you don't know about slant sixes, because obviously the tuning for a slant six is different than the tuning for a big block. If I was doing a big block, I'd have to watch a bunch of videos by people who know.
Barry Kuda says I had to Google it. 245 Hemi, 3.76 inch bore, 3.68 stroke. What is the stroke on the slant on a 225? I know it's long.
I don't know, but that's a much more square bore-stroke ratio than a slant six.
I should know that off the top of my head, but I don't.
Yeah, I should know, because slant sixes are like the motor I know best, but I've always been more worried about what do I do with that, not what is it. Tavo says 125.
So I don't have to look it up.
And the bore is only 3.
Yeah, 125. Yeah, so that's the so the difference there is 0.68. So it's like a half-inch difference.
For what, the stroke?
Yeah, probably a little different than that, but close.
Yeah.
Well, that was a dumb thing to do.
I just know that the 225 is an inch taller deck than the 170. That's the number that I remember. I don't know why I remember.
Oh, man.
Senior and Son says, I don't know anything about a Weber. Never had one on anything. Yeah, I never went that way. I always just worked with what I had.
Dean Stevenson says, nanu. Are you sitting upside down when you say that, or backwards?
Tanner says, I don't know where to start on the timing for the slant. I only took it to the strip because they were open. I was off, and the car was sitting there ready to drive. It was an opportunity. Hell yeah! And now you have a baseline. So after you've owned the car for 6 months or a year, you'll get another opportunity. You'll be able to see the progress that you made. You have other fun cars to work with.
What year is that? what is that, 74 or something?
3 or 4, something like that.
It's pre-catalytic converter anyway. That's what I'm
Is it?
That's why I'm asking him.
Oh.
Of course, I don't know in Oklahoma what inspection requirements they have or anything. Oh, Kim, my throat's killing me.
I'm sorry. Buff Del Campo was sick last night if you hadn't caught that.
Man, was I sick.
Oh, boy, we don't have very many people watching.
Yeah, it's... Senior Sons on that slant 6. Setting the timing timer. I always set my slant 6 timing by advancing it till it kicks back on the starter, then bring it back till it quits kicking back and tighten it down. Oh,
I always go by numbers.
Oh, okay, yes, it's a 73, no cats. We have no inspection at all.
Yeah, he's out in the rural areas.
I looked on the map to kind of see where you are, and looked like a lot of reservation territory out there. Of course, Oklahoma's a lot like that. So.
Senior and Sons, Mike, see, on the Slant 6, what you're saying might be fine on some engines, but they used the Slant 6 across a lot of years and model cars, right? And you don't always know.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me.
Over the years, people fix things, replace things, repair things, right? You get a different engine, it came out of a different vehicle, it's got a different distributor in it. Physically, all the distributors are sort of the same. Sometimes people pull the points distributor out and put one of those Mopar ones in there. It's nice because they hold their settings very well. But if you get a distributor out of a pickup truck, right, out of an emissions era pickup truck, it'll have like 30 degrees of mechanical advance built into it and a ton of vacuum advance built into it. And what'll happen is on the little tag, it tells you to, on the truck, the original truck, it tells you to set the initial timing at 0. And I had a truck that was like that. That's how I learned how to recurve a distributor, because I had a pickup truck like that. When it was cold, when it was snowing, truck didn't want to start. There wasn't enough advance. It was kind of worn out. It didn't have enough compression. It wouldn't start in the cold. So you'd advance the distributor, right? But then I'd advance the distributor like 10 degrees before top dead center, but it's got 30 degrees of mechanical advance built into the distributor. So when you're running it out on the highway, it's running at 40 plus the vacuum advance. It's pinging up a storm. I'm carrying firewood. I got a load in the truck. I'm going up a hill. It's just pinging and pinging and pinging. So
they're destroying them.
Now you're backing off the distributor to try and get the ping out of it, right? Or you blow the motor up. So now you back the if you're smart, you back the distributor back up to get that to go away, right? Or you just disconnected vacuum advance, and now you don't get any kind of fuel economy. You're getting 9 miles to the gallon out of this setup that's just not right for your vehicle at all. So that's why I like to talk in numbers, because you don't know what's built into the distributor unless you built it yourself.
Tallow says he often has cats under his body. Yeah, but yours walked under there by themselves. See, his cats are mobile.
Okay.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
The cat sometimes sits under the car?
He says he has cats under his body.
I got you. Barry Cuda says the 225 I had 65 Valiant had split headers with twin exhausts. Uncle Tony says the 225 is too small for a twin system. It won't run good. But mine ran really good and strong.
I know, he always says that.
I think that a Slant 6 can benefit from a twin system. I don't think you need twin 3-inch pipes. And I think it's pretty expensive to put dual exhaust. Like, is what you get worth it? I don't know. But I think that generally it's going to run.
Jim, a whole bunch of people came in.
You're going to have a lot more top end.
A whole bunch of people came in here.
Really?
And that would be
Stray Bullet?
Josh Holman.
Josh Holman?
Olive came in here.
Olive, hi, welcome.
And Craig May's here. And Stray Bullet's here. All these people just came in, so I thought I'd say hi. I know you're in the middle of a conversation, so I
Stray Bullet says,
hate to interrupt.
Welcome, everybody. I don't know where they were at. Were you guys at someplace else hanging out? Tell us about it. How was their stream? Because, yeah, it's like on the hour. We got a whole bunch of people coming in, so they might be coming from somebody else's stream. Stray Bullet says it's still daylight in Hawaii. That happens. It's on the other side of, like, a planet. Or not the other side, but, you know.
Way over there.
Yeah, way over there.
They're, what, 2 time zones out past California, I think.
Burlock says, tell that to a GTR 3800 V6 dual exhaust.
But that's a much larger engine.
Yes. No, 3.7, 3.8. It's not.
No, it's about the same.
Yeah, I mean, I would, if I had the opportunity to get the dual exhaust header and I could make the room and I had the money, yeah. I would not tell someone not to put it on there.
I'd run 6 exhaust pipes out if it were fun and cheap, just because it would sound cool.
Olive says you probably don't need dual exhaust on a slant, but hi everyone, I had guests. People like my grilling. Heck yeah, Olive.
The other thing to do with a slant is just run a bigger pipe all the way back.
A bigger pipe would do it.
You got what, a 1 3/8 or 1 5. It's a little tiny. It's a little bigger than my finger. Their exhaust pipe. I'm not kidding. It looks like this. It comes out and turns down. It's like, what is that?
Yeah, I mean a 2-inch exhaust is a nice size exhaust for a slant 6. But the factory exhaust log is, you know, it's marginal. It's not that great. So if you had like headers or split manifolds or whatever, that would be better. But they're expensive. It's a big expense. But it's a one-time price. If it's your forever car, then heck yeah, go for it. Heck yeah. And sometimes you buy things just for the cool factor. Like, not because it's worth it, but because it's cool.
Oh, that thing.
Sometimes you do things not because it's practical, but because it's cool. Such as Turbonia, Twin Turboskis. No, this isn't Twin Turboskis.
No, it's one.
This is a real live, in the flesh of my presence, turbo exhaust manifold, custom exhaust manifold for Slant 6. It fits. You know what we need to do? We need to tap and put a bolt in here, and then this
that needs to be tapped. That looks like somebody drilled a hole with a cutting torch.
Yeah, you can't tap that?
I guess we'll have to try. Yeah,
we might drill it up.
We might want to drill it a little we'll just step slowly until it's a round hole. That just looks like a mess. But yeah.
Stray Bullet says you don't want the exhaust too big for the size and purpose of the engine. It disrupts the exhaust pulses. Yeah, you know what? Professor P of Slant Daily Garage was telling me about the pulse matchings that he was doing for his slant, and his Slant 6 ran really good.
That slant, what did it have for exhaust?
Like 2-inch exhaust.
It was single.
Yeah.
How did that car, when you were riding in it, how did it feel?
It felt stout for Slant 6.
What's it feel like, a small V8 or something?
Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't tromping on it, though. We were just going to get some potato chips and drinks, so.
No need for dual exhaust until ported. This one's ported.
Yeah.
But it just, Kim cleaned it up.
You guys are running unported heads? What? Why would you do that? Hippie Long says even my 273 V8 is made for 2 into 1. Plus you get a different transmission mount with a dual.
Oh, what's it have like a whoop in there?
So it does, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because like my 64 Ford had single exhaust, and I put 351 in there, and then of course it was dualed out, and it wasn't a problem. But it had 2 of those little whoops in it already.
Main Street Mopars here, welcome in. Olive says you want the manifolds and downpipes tuned at least before the caps, and the rest is budget. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all budget, but if you can tune it. I don't really know how to tune exhaust pipes. I've never had the budget to even start considering that stuff, so I will defer those questions to somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about. Because I know the whole bigger is better thing is kind of, no, not necessarily. I don't know. Barry Kuda said some of the high-performance E49 Valiant Chargers with the 265 Hemi 6 had a twin system from the factory. Sweet.
Craig May says my 318 stock didn't match that 302 Ford. That mean it wasn't as quick? Man, I don't know. I remember my brother's 63 Plymouth had a 318 Poly in it. That thing would fly away from my 289 Ford. I mean, it would just drive away from it.
Drive away from it.
Until I put the 351 in it, then the Ford was fast. The warmed over 351 made a big difference.
We could braze a plug in there, but I don't think it's too much. That would.
I don't know, Tim. I don't know what you're wanting to do with that. That's just an ugly looking hole. It's a really ugly looking hole.
You judgmental.
I don't know.
Like a man. All you care about. Pretty to hold. It's not pretty enough.
Yeah, 289 and 64 Ford was the. Yeah, it was a 289. It was a 195 horsepower 2-barrel 289, a big old Ford, and I never did anything that. Actually, I did. Oh, I know what happened. That engine got put in a Mustang. Because I was going to say I rebuilt that engine, put a 4-barrel on it, a different cam and everything, but that was still in the Mustang, so I couldn't really compare it. Yeah, 351 Windsor built a little bit. Oh man, what a difference! 64 Ford Galaxy.
I never thought the left would eat my face.
Very good. People used to ask if I'd put a V6 Ford in my 65 Valiant because of the split sound. Huh. Kim, what you doing? Kim's
throwing another log in the fire.
Throwing a log in the fire. Oh, it warmed up in here. She brought taps over here. That is way too big. Yeah, I bet you brought these individuals too. That is, man, I can screw that one in by hand partway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we need some oil in it. Yeah.
Well, the other problem is
driver.
We need
this is.
We need to make sure we have something to screw into it once we have it tapped.
What is this tap?
I don't know. That's part of the job.
Well, I got it in there, and now I can't get it out.
Oh.
Okay, it's out. Came out with a bunch of rust stuck on it. I can't read this. I am just not feeling good.
I know.
You wandered off, and then I have to pay attention.
The leopards would eat my face.
This is a 3/8/16.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a pretty standard size, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Well, I'm not sure this is going to make much
Not
in
gonna
the way
be
of
enough
threads because that hole's pretty
Well,
big.
there's a box there of threads, so.
There's a box of threads. Yeah, let's just put some threads in it.
Yeah, we'll put a box of threads.
She says there's some threads here. I'm looking around for the threads. Kim, I don't see any threads. I never bought any threads.
Oh, right.
I wish I'd known about that.
You know what I meant.
Well, look what we did on the Ford 6 head. You took threads out.
Oh, Jesus, stupid threads.
Yeah, we drilled and drilled and drilled and drilled until the threads were shown, and then she picked the threads out. Then we ran a tap down through it, and that worked.
Drilled and drilled and drilled and drilled to find this land for us.
It was that felt really good when we had all those studs put in that slant in the 200 cubic inch 6 head, because we'll never have that problem again. No, it's because now we just slide the manifold onto the studs and spin some nuts on it.
Right, it's good for forever.
It's good forever now.
Yep. Well, not forever, but it might as well be forever longer than I'm going to.
Did we use stainless? We use stainless nuts too. Because stainless works really well against mild steel.
I don't remember what we found, but I know that it won't give us trouble in our lifetime again. And if anybody else works on it, they'll probably be ripping it out and replacing it with bigger motor.
Yes, everybody wants to put a V8. Okay. I know I could get off my dead ass and go get a.
Want this?
Oh yeah. Get a. I don't have a lot of room here.
Well, push it out of the way.
Yeah, I did. I pushed it out of the way. I need probably some oily business.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I am not feeling real good.
I know. That's why I was trying to find something you can do.
Yes, sitting down.
I didn't want to.
This is a piece of crap. I have a really good one.
I'll get it out.
You know where it is. Okay, yeah, get my.
Yeah. I'm on.
Get my.
I'm on support. If you
okay, yeah. Yeah, I have a good one of those.
Yeah, I'm fine with working with you here.
Because
you don't have to. I know if you get up and down, you might feel better, or you might get too sick to keep going.
Oh man, I got sick. Yeah. I don't feel like I did last night. What's this, Craig? Craig May says my 351 Cleveland sounded tough, but my 302 Windsor left it in the weeds. Really?
Well, there's a lot to be done. A lot to be said.
Oh, you brought this and this. This is if this fits, what I'd rather have. But I don't know if it's going to fit it.
You know what? I'm going to set up the other camera, aim it down at what we're doing.
I don't know if this is going to fit in here.
So that if you can't see from see from our webcam, you'll be able to see from the.
This is the wrong thing. But this handle is not cheap Chinese stuff. It's a Starrett. Oh yeah, it's Hippie Long says stainless bolts and nuts have different torque value than steel. Be careful. Yeah, on the exhaust manifold, I think it was the torque was supposed to be 12 to 15 foot-pounds. And they're pretty big, so you're not torquing to the limiting factor is not the fastener; it's the probably the gasket. I'm gonna try spinning that without any oil first. because I think it's just going to go in. It might. Oh, I just made a mess.
Yes.
You know what it feels like? It feels like that's what it was before that drilled.
So, hot dog down the hallway?
Oh, screw it in, it goes, goes down like 3. Oh, it's falling in the hole.
All right, well, that's
bad. But what we need is, I don't know, can we drill it to the next biggest size? Like,
yeah.
What are we gonna do? Go like 7/16? Mm-hmm. Well, not a 7/16 drill, but a 7/16. I don't know if I have a. Tippy long. I like a 351 in a Maverick, but I don't want to cut on it. What, a Windsor? Did you have to cut on the Windsor, or would you have to cut on a Maverick too? Like a Windsor. I know those inner fenders with the I'm multitasking here, so I can't speak at the same time.
I think these
the inner fenders with the springs on top, that's a real pain in the ass. You know, it isn't that hard to cut those out of there and put a Mustang 2 front end under it, but it's a bunch of work. Yeah, it actually is.
This is all metric. I got
What is that going to hold?
It doesn't hold anything. It's just a hole. It's not supposed to be.
Oh, you need a plug.
There was a heat riser tube that went through there.
You need a plug.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have put oil in there.
Why?
I should just heat it up and put some brass in it.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to melt what I've already got going on. I think we just gently thread it.
Craig May said, yeah. Balance, good cam, port match, screw in studs. Yeah, my 351 need to put screw instead and roll.
Too big?
What is it? It has a size on it. What's it say?
Half inch.
Yeah, let's find. Do we have any 7/16? I don't know. Let me see if I even have I doubt I even have a tap that size. Tippy long, I think the Windsor fits in a Maverick. Yeah, I bet it's pretty tight up against the inner fenders. I know a guy that did that to some ranchero, and he bitched about it. He was a guy that didn't like to cut anything. He didn't like how close everything was. But
the other thing I could do is we could put a piece of steel rod in there, get it nice and hot, and whack it like a rivet, expand it out.
Oh, jeez.
Stay.
Yeah, here's 7/16, 14. Is that what this is? 7/16, 14. Okay, I'm piled up too much.
Not enough tables.
Not enough tables. That's right. Okay, so I'm gonna get some of this out of the way. Now we may have to drill that a little bit, but we may not. Probably will. I don't know. Yeah, 351's taller and wider. And then there's, typical of Ford, there's all different deck heights for the 351. They are similar, but they're different. Why Ford's got to be like that? I always liked my Fords, but there were little differences from one year to the next. Well, then as the years went on, there were lots of differences from year to year. It drove me nuts. Now I got a small block Chevy sitting over
there. Drove me nuts. Now I got a small block. That's what happens, Ford.
They don't care.
Screw with people. They don't.
They got today's engine is just not even funny. 2.7. Whatever the hell that thing is. Have you ever seen that? 2.7 Ford.
No, don't know nothing about
it. It's just the way it. I got to take a break from that for a second. Can't find a picture of Kim, can you watch the chat? 'Cause I can't do all this at once.
Watching you, chat. Don't try anything. Don't try anything. I got parts from the Amazonian website, the Jungle Book site. .7 EcoBoost.
That's what I'm looking at.
Which is click from Bronco 2. What happened is all that running that Bronco 2 to fix the wiring, I ran the fuel pump and enough fuel got past the needle and seat from that little fuel pump running. I flooded out the engine. Couldn't get the stupid thing to run when I needed it. That's okay. We'll get to it, but these are essential. What are you doing?
Looking for pictures. Yeah, this is not the picture.
Mexican spec says he hears an echo. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's trying to use this camera's microphone on top. I'll have him one. He's.
I got too many things. I got too many things going at once.
Too many things.
Of course.
Of course. Too much. Okay, camera.
What is wrong with this? I think this thing's just locked up. I can't even close the stupid window. There. Kim, I need help over here.
Okay,
Can you watch that? Because I'm like really engrossed in what I'm doing, and I'm not paying any attention to that, to the chat.
Hippie Long says 351 or 302 with the GT40 heads have no room to change plugs. That seems like a design flaw. Yeah, I can't fix the reverb until he's done Google searching. I'll get it in a second. Sorry about the problem, guys.
It's too much going on at once. I'm just trying to do something, and everything here is just enough different that it makes it so I can't do it. How do I grab a screenshot of something? I don't know how to do that.
It belongs to I thought about putting holes and plugs in the inner fenders for wrenches. I did that for transmission bell housing bolts on a car one time, so I could right through the firewall, so I could get the transmission unbolted while it was still in the car because there was no clearance for it.
That's not what I want. Maybe I can just show this picture.
Okay.
Oh, God. I can't keep the picture big without doing that. And then I can't get to anything else.
Well, you can change the size of the picture in the...
Can I?
In OBS, yes. Go to...
Then all of a sudden I got this going. Okay.
Can I fix the sound before you go on?
Yeah.
I just want to fix the sound. Just fix the sound. That's muted. That's muted. Hold on. There's only one sound source. I don't know why it's...
Why is it echoing if there's only one sound source?
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm sorry. Really don't.
Now everything there's going to be uncooperative. See that picture that's off to the left? Well, that one. Or off to the right, that's the one I want to show. Look at that, Kim. I mean, the resolution's so bad now. But anyway, look at the bottom end of that 2.7 V6 Ford. You're not looking at all. Nobody even cares about this.
I'm looking at it right now when you're talking about it. I don't know what you want me to say.
I don't know. I thought you walked off. Look at it. Everybody
got real deep saddles.
Everybody puts like girdles and stuff in this. They put the crank like it's on towers. That's just really weird. I don't know how that even stays together, but I guess it does.
It might. What do they care? If it breaks, you just buy a new car. Disposable. And they make
yes, print screen. I didn't want a print screen because then you got to go show it somewhere. I just wanted to grab it like I do on my computer in the house. Of course, everything's different, so my reaction isn't the same when I'm on this computer. So I got to fish around for something instead of just grabbing it like on mine. But anyway, that bottom end looks crazy to me. Just yeah, you can see it right side up just above my head and then upside down off to the right. Yeah, it obviously works, at least for a little while. Yeah, format C, there you go. That'll work. And now the selection for the cameras is in a different spot.
Yeah, you gotta.
I found it. Anyway. There's a beautiful base for a coffee table with these glass and stuff. And it's aluminum, so it wouldn't weigh very much. Yeah, Kim, this is not going to work. We got to drill that hole bigger or something. You know, this tap just about falls in there about 1/8 inch or so, and then it gets too tight because the hole is too big at the top, and then it narrows right down inside. I don't know how that happened. Something got screwed up.
Well, because it was tolerance of that hole very different than what it was being used for. All right. Let's see what we chose here.
Let me grab. Kim's got me on tap here, so I'm not paying attention to that pretty well. I got to find. Paper that belongs in here is not in here. Okay, somebody in the chat, tell me what size drill I need for a 7/16 saw. Whatever the heck this is, 7/16 14. 7/16 14 tap. What size do I need to drill that for? Yeah, clean round hole usually works better. Yeah, this hole's not round at all. Looks like I said, it looks like somebody blew that hole with a torch. Maybe I can switch that camera so you can see it. I got to figure out how to do that. Yeah, it's that hole right there. That is not good. further.
I'm going to make a rivet for it because you're just struggling.
Yeah, because it's a piss poor way to do it. And if I drill it out any further, it's gonna, there's only so much wall thickness there. Towel says 11:30 seconds drill. Yeah, Olive says got a plastic cheat sheet for that buff, but I couldn't find it last time. Yeah, it's somewhere around here. I got one hanging up, I think, over there in that red cabinet. I just didn't feel like getting up and leaving, and then I just leave here, and then I'm on task. Forget everything else I'm doing. Straight bullet. I have a very nice, fully machined, 1,000+ horsepower, capable aluminum 4.6 liter Texid block in my garage that I use as a coffee table. Yeah, it's Tony. At UTG, we did some lives from his garage at his house. So I'm in there in the garage, and we're sitting there, and there's a block sitting there, and we're using it. We're just setting drinks on it and stuff. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, what is this? It looks like a 426. He goes, yeah, it's a 426 Hemi. I said, and we're using it for a coffee table.
Perfect use for a 426 Hemi.
Yeah, it's a coarse thread. I don't know what that was. Kim, what was in there? A fitting or something? Oh, it was a piece of tubing that went up to the automatic choke on the carburetor. So the thread that's in there is completely ruined.
There's no thread. Press fit.
Seeing and Son says 2364 fit. Now they disagree. Yeah, I said it's a 7/16/14 thread. Yeah, I didn't care what was in it. I just wanted to drill it out and put a new thing in there. But then Kim's gonna make something. I think just hammer like a big old rivet in there. So I don't know what she's doing. But now, sadly, I've got oil in there. Well, I'm tired of looking at this view. Kim's sawing something over there. Yeah, a lot of people have 426 Hemi. They do anything for that to build it. Tony's got one sitting there. You're putting drinks on it.
Isn't that the one that he's trying to weld back together because it's cracked?
No. That was a 361 big block. It's like a 383, but a little smaller. Yeah, he lent it to somebody, and the guy left water in it over the winter, and it broke the block.
No, that's a different one.
Oh, that's a different one?
One that threw a rod and it hit the main cap and busted part of the skirt off.
No, this is just a good engine sitting there. I don't know why it was. You go in his garage. You can imagine a guy like Tony in his garage, like a quarter of the garage is sitting there with cranks and blocks and heads and stuff. It's like, okay, we'll just scoot this one over here and put our drinks on it. I got to get a hold of him tomorrow. Actually, I'm hoping he doesn't want to do this tomorrow because I feel like crap.
You're not going to.
I don't want to drive all the way down there.
Not tomorrow. You're not feeling well. If he wanted us to go, he'd have talked to us already, as far as I'm concerned.
So, but he said a week or two. So it sounded more like he wanted to do it next week, which would be much better for me.
Yeah, that'd be better for folks. All of us.
Hippie Long says, weld a nut on it, use smaller screw. Yeah, see, that's what I said to Kim, just because this cast, so I can braze on this really well. But, we're not going to do that. She didn't want to do that.
Put that in there. I'm going to clean it over.
Let's see what that is. What have you got? You're going to peen that over?
It's like a rivet, yeah.
This is like hard as nails.
See?
And it's loose. It's like got an eighth of an inch or like a 16th of an inch of...
What size drill bit do I need to thread it up?
Okay, somebody said 23/64. Somebody else said they're in disagreement. 23/64 or 11/32. Very cool. In Dunedin, in the early 80s, there was a red 67 XR Falcon with an FE 427 and super wide tires on the back. It looked so cool. I don't know how you got such wide tires in it. Tub maybe. Tom was going JB welding.
Tim, no, 11/32 is definitely too small.
Okay, what was the other one? 23/64.
Is that really a thing? 23/64.
That might only go to 30 seconds.
23/64 is too small as well.
Okay, so both those sizes you gave us, well, you know why they're too small?
Why?
Because the hole's already too big.
Is the hole already too big?
Nah, it shouldn't be, not for this. This is, no. This is, okay. We missed. 7/16 14 tab. I need the size of the drill bit. Maybe I have to look it up. It says letter U drill. Where's all the lettered bits? They're down at the house. Okay, or 0.368. Oh man, and they give them millimeters.
I've got a conversion chart. What's the
9.35 millimeters, or 0.368 of an inch. 0.368. I just got to give all this.
.5?
9.35 millimeters.
9.35. I don't have a 9.35.
Hippie Long's going to braze the nut. That's what I was going to do, but Kim doesn't want me to braze it.
Put a ton of heat in that.
Yeah, we got to put a ton of heat in there to do that. Granddad's Junk's here. Good evening.
Like a 9.1 or 9.5.
Let's see what the 9.5 looks like. 9.1 isn't that good. And Senior and Son says 23/64 is what you still get.
That's the size it is. And that's the bigger size, and that's the size that it is.
So maybe the hole's too big. Why doesn't it go in? It goes in like that far and it just stops. Here. I got to stand up or you got to do it from up there.
Okay,
I'll hold this.
Okay, before you do that, can you get all that stuff off the screen?
Yeah, I got to get the screen cleaned up. Go to that picture.
Yeah. That's good for now.
that hole's tapered. It's something, you know,
It's a mess.
Jacked up hole, yes. Okay, let me put a little Gojo in there. Okay. I can't believe that drill just falls in there and this isn't that hard to turn. And back it up a little bit so you can get the garbage out. Does it feel like it's going to break?
No.
Okay.
I'm going really easy and slow.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
want to get cockeyed.
Yeah, I don't want to break.
Barely biting still.
I don't want to break the cap or the manifold.
It's just starting to go straight and bite.
Okay.
It's not.
I was surprised that drill bit just fell down in there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the thing of it is the bolt doesn't have to bite off.
No, it just has to be in there. Yeah, you have to see that it is.
Now it's getting tight.
A little more Gojo in there.
Now it's actually doing something.
Let me get this. I'm fighting debris all over the table.
Yeah, don't do
I want to back it up. Yeah, okay, there. Well, I can't feel what you're doing. I feel this thing scoot around, so it's a scary feeling. Using cutting oil should help. Yeah, we got cutting oil. What happened to cutting oil? Put it somewhere. Oh, there it is. Tap on an impact wrench and run it. No,
and we should just weld the tap, what's left of the tap in there. Done with it.
That feels bad. What do you want to do? Cut off a piece of that rod and screw it in there and then raise it in?
I'll screw it in and then just cut it off and that'll be it.
That'll leak.
Yeah. Eventually it'll fill up with carbon.
It'll fill up with carbon?
Yeah. Fill up with carbon.
Change the jets in the carbonator. Put more carbon in it.
Well, you know, we'll thread a fuel injector in there.
Oh, spray some fuel in there?
Enrich the mixture.
When you spray the fuel in there, man, that turbo will really go. Nice hot flame in that part of the turbo. Bring the pressure up.
Well, did that work? Could we just make a pulse jet run the turbo instead of this whole manifold garbage?
Okay, it's in there quite a ways. You want to pull it out?
I figured I'd hit, because, you know, the manifold's only, you know, thin.
Yeah, okay.
I figured I'd hit a point
I
where
think, yeah, you hit a point where it gets loose, but it doesn't.
It gets tighter and tighter.
They back it off because something's bound up in there.
I wonder if they never had drilled a hole that deep.
And that's a possibility too, but when you, okay, let's just get it out and see what it's got.
Shouldn't be deep enough to grab.
It's grabbing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little wiggly.
How deep's it in there?
Four threads.
Will that be enough?
Want to cut it off and slot it, or make that into a hex and then try to screw it in. That's a choice, not a yes no.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a car promise is put an O2 sensor in the hole and monitor the air fuel mixture.
Go ahead and give yourself back to center stage, and I'll work.
Center stage, yes. Yes, ma'am. She's going to cut it off and make something to turn it with. And Tabos is turned in, then lock it with a nut. Yeah, you could leave a big piece sticking out, lock it with a nut. Of course, this isn't flat. So, I don't know. I don't know what we want to do.
I don't know.
We still got sound. Oh, yeah. There's a little tape gauge over there. Sometimes I don't see anything. But what's going on? Nothing worse than a drought. That's how I was in California. When I lived in California along the coast, we go like 6, 7 years with very little rain and drought, and the reservoirs get low, and then they have water rationing and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden it just rained like hell one year. In the meantime, all the wealthy people have built all their houses out on the cliffs along the Pacific Ocean. And so you get rain like hell. The reservoirs would fill right up. And those houses would wash into the ocean. They'd all be out there crying. And then we'd have about 6 or 7 years of drought again. Same pattern. Everything would happen again. What's this? A wide band gauge would certainly be a help. A wide band gauge. Okay, what are we talking about? I missed something. You see, that's not equal to a Cadillac ambulance turning circle. Oh yeah, those things don't have a tight turning circle. Yeah, ask Mexican Spec. I bet he knows. Plan ahead to make a U-turn. Those are actually pretty cool old cars because they don't use them for ambulances anymore. I guess they still make hearses on those big Cadillac and Lincoln bodies. The new ones sure look funny though. Senior and sentence. I enjoyed a car show this morning, 40 miles away. Drove home in the rain. 66 Plymouth was flawed. Isn't that nice? We went down there to work with on Dallas Brown's car, and it was a little over 100 miles down there. And then I don't like to drive at night, but I was having a good day. My vision was good. I felt good. And we got in the car and drove back home at night, and the traffic wasn't heavy. It was just a pleasant drive. And, 48-year-old car just, of course, we did a lot of work to it, but 48-year-old car just cruise along just like they used to, I can't believe those things are 48 years old. The Fairmont seems like a fairly new car to me. They're not. Yeah. oh, you put a yeah. What do you call it? Not a hex.
Not a hex.
You put a square drive on it.
Just made it.
Tawo says, I'm out now, guys. Got perfect weather here for working on cars, giving me issues, so off to sit with the cats or something. Well, okay.
Yeah.
The cats will like that.
Relax. Yeah, that's right. Cats. They will. They'll enjoy it.
Let's turn that around.
I'm going to put some Teflon tape.
Teflon tape? Why don't you put some gasola on it? Gasola?
I don't know if that'll stay in or not. It's not that tight.
Gasola. I don't know if gasola is
manifold hot temperature?
Yeah.
No.
Probably not. That's there's two gasolas. One of them is like you can undo it, and the other one is like it never comes undone. But I don't know.
We could clean it real good and gob some JB weld around it.
And that's not going to be good for the heat.
JB weld's real good with it.
What's this going to be? Like 1,500 degrees or 1,400 degrees? Sure it is.
Really?
JB Weld isn't going to like that.
JB weld's fine on exhaust.
I never held exhaust together with JB Weld.
Well, not together.
Maybe way back at the tip of by the back bumper.
Seal the threads. It'll be okay. I don't know.
Senior says that Zephyr looks and sounds great. I got to see more of it when y'all drove to the grocery store in the video. It is a very pleasant car to drive, and it sounds okay. It's got single exhaust, but it sounds okay, and it drives fine. It's got a couple of little things that are annoyances, mostly just the dash. I haven't completely put it together. You know, like the cover around the steering column and a couple other things, because I want to put some switches and some what do you call them, like cigarette lighter plugs, power points, and a few things like that in there. So I just kind of resist finishing it until I get that done. But other than that, it's just nice. Everything works. Windshield wipers work.
Yeah, go figure. Oh, that's right. We redid his windshield wipers from scratch.
Why are you doing it upside down?
Why am I doing it upside down? This thing?
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah. You didn't understand that.
You didn't tell me there were two of these things.
It was a heat riser tube. It goes all the way through. I thought you were paying attention. All right. Throw the other camera on. Actually, throw the dual camera on so they can see from both.
Hope the cane toads enjoy it. What are cane toads?
This one's a little less.
Okay, where's that drill? Is this the drill? Oh, yeah. Ream that out.
How much?
I'd run that down.
All right.
Because it's obviously too tight. Advantage on getting the GM dry. The GM. Dry is difficult. Put a fan in the drying room to stop the mold. Okay. That's good enough.
Hammer drill.
Hammer drill. Run that dude down in there, huh? Where's the Gojo? Gojo, what they call cutting oil. There's a little cutting oil.
Put some on it. Excellent.
She says, excellent.
Yeah, it's really tough to get it started straight.
Yep. Oh, I see. That thing sucked air from underneath the manifold and through the manifold. Blocks some of the exhaust passes.
Yeah, and I didn't want that in there. Right there, like through the whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was in there.
Who designed that?
Somebody didn't care about that.
Somebody cared about emissions, but nothing about performance.
Emissions, that's just shut the choke off, isn't it? Their former couple. Gene Stevenson, imported Brazilian toads, buff. Aussie's greatest import. Why would the import? That's got to be some joke that I don't know about. Why would you import toads? Are those smog pump holes? These? No, there's a tube that runs up to the carburetor, up to the automatic choke. And, the automatic choke, once it senses some heat, there's a spring in there. There's a curly-Q spring, and it opens the choke up. And so when this starts heating up, it opens the choke up because it sucks some air up through here. So there's a tube that runs through the exhaust, so it sucks air in from underneath because you don't want to suck exhaust up into the carburetor.
That's all right.
So now it's broken off, and it's not ever going to work like that. We're making something else out of it. We're making a manifold that Tim is, a manifold that will have a turbo on it. John Cope says I seem a little bit crabby. John, I had a bad night last night. I was so sick, and yeah, it probably shows. I was up most of the night having I don't know what you call it. Extreme flu, I guess we'd call it that. And I'm not 100% yet, but yeah, I probably am a little crabby. I'm sorry about that. What else could you do with that hole?
You know what? You can get in from the inside. I'm just going to stick a hole in there.
Robin Banks says, yeah, how do you do that? How'd you make that? I don't know how you make that. Yeah. Shadowman, UDX 435. How are you doing? When he's good, he's very good. When he's bad, he's better. Yeah, that cast iron's hard. Yeah, you would think it wouldn't be this nasty, but it is.
Well, it's been through 2 or 3 heat cycles.
2 or 3 heat cycles?
In its life.
In the last 4 decades or 5 decades? Yeah. When they made this manifold, did they ever expect anybody to do this to it?
No.
I'd help you, but I don't know what you're doing.
They were hoping it would last through the 3-year warranty.
Oh, they weren't 3-year warranties then. Oh, no, wait a minute. Chrysler products? Oh, I bet it was a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty.
In the 70s?
Yeah. When did Chrysler... Okay, for you older folks, when did Chrysler start the 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty?
This is what I'm going to do. This is a carriage bolt.
Where you're going to put it through?
I'm just going to put a nut on there nice and tight.
Tighten it down and...
Call it a day. That'll be enough. If it leaks a little, that'll be fun. That'll be future Kim's problem.
You can take some little exhaust manifold gasket carts and put it on there and tighten it down. What is this? UDX 435. I can't complain. FCC finally gave me my call sign. Oh! See, would you pass the technician? Or something more? I'm guessing that's what you did. One day I'm going to have to do that. I don't know. It's like I'd have more privileges with a ham license, but then that's kind of like going to the cops and hand them your license and go, here, keep an eye on me. Now I'm going to tell the FCC where I am. I don't know. There's something about that.
But you're not doing nothing.
Oh, I will be doing something, but yeah, I mean, all I got to do is make a mistake. Hiding in the shadows of the Mormon. Yeah, he lives up there in Salt Lake City area. Oh, you're using that for a gasket.
What's that?
That's a piece of that broken. Is that a piece of that broken whiz wheel?
No.
Oh, I thought that's what it was.
No, it's just a.
Oh, tech. Okay, your tech and your GMRS.
No, so
Man, I have no interest in GRMS, and I don't know why.
Oh, so much easier than trying to get this to thread.
GRMS, I guess, would be pretty good. Barry Cuda says 63. He thinks the 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty started in 63.
Really?
Josh Holman says mid-60s, 550, then 770 around 1987. Yeah, it was when Iacocca came around. Wasn't that something he did? I think.
I had no idea that they had that much warranty back in the early.
They did. Everybody else was 12 months or 12,000 miles, something like that. Yeah, and they were a 5-year. Chrysler was 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. And then AMC in '74 when I bought mine, they were 12,000 miles or a year.
Piece of junk.
Just 12,000 miles or a year, and it covered everything except light bulbs. That's what they wrote. And I took it a couple of times, and they fixed a bunch of little crap for me. Pretty nice. Okay, so now it's the scanner, P25, CB, GMRS, and Hammy. How do you deal with P25? That's just, I get like all these scanners, I can't listen to anything anymore. You know what my big excitement of the scanner is? Up the road here, they got a recycle center. And every night at about 5 o'clock, I can turn that on. They report how much aluminum, how much glass, how much garbage they have. And they report that. And that's what I can hear in my scanner, because everything else is encrypted. I only care about GRMS for repeater for local stuff with my buddies. Oh, I see. Stray Bullet said that they even expect cars to last that long in '63. I guess they probably did. Oh, it says the 5-year 50 came in with the K cars. Oh, it came in way before that. I remember that. I mean, it may have come in again, but I remember it way before that. I was thinking it was in the '60s.
I swear in the '80s I remember 770 coming.
Yeah, I think that was an Iacocca.
And that was absurd. It was like absurd. Like, come on.
That's what Josh Holman says. And the 770 was probably a powertrain warranty or something, you know, that was something they were pretty sure wasn't going to break. Man, should I go out and get my ham license? I don't know. I kind of feel like doing it just to prove to myself I can do it. But then as soon as I get a technician license, I'm going to want to upgrade. Because I'm doing it more to prove it to myself I can do it. I know I can pass the technician's license. You know what the problem is right now? I keep using this for an excuse. Tuesday nights we do our live, you know, with all the picture show. And that's when they give the test years on Tuesday nights. So I'd have to take a day off from that. Turbo Tom says now it's 10-year, 100,000 on trucks. Hey, Turbo Tom, you've been around Chrysler for a long time. Do you remember when the 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty first came out? I don't know if you've been with it. You're an older guy, but you're not as old as I am, I don't think. So, yeah, I remember probably before I had my driver's license. That was in 1970. Car by Jones. I replaced many clutches in '80s K cars. Man, that's right. Yeah, some of those had manual transmissions. I remember driving one that had a manual transmission. I remember I felt it. It was kind of it was kind of a weird feel, but it felt good. It was okay. And I remember some magazine writer said little balls of friction. I mean, that said it perfectly. It was kind of it felt like it was in like nylon balls. I haven't had a knock on my door like 3 years. I think the woman's like, they don't care. They've spread out. You're like, they just assume you already are. Olive says, Buffy mailed me with all this stuff about my fancy shortwave receiver. By the way, Buff, we found the manual for this. Oh, well, good. Yeah, she's got this shortwave. I don't remember what it is now, but it's a really nice shortwave receiver. Not just your average little transistor box. She's got a nice shortwave receiver. Buddy Garfon had a scanner. All I got was Burger King drive-through. I used to listen to the police all the time, police and fire and everything going on. I just knew everything going on all the time. And now it's like, yeah, I have any idea what's going on.
Tom knows the answer.
Where's that? Tom. I started in '84 at dealership. It was $5.50. Okay, yeah, but it was way before that, so I don't know. Yeah, '84. I mean, yeah, that's 42 years ago.
Barry Kuda Googled it. Chrysler introduced the 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty in August of 1962 for the 1963 range.
Well, good.
That's
cool.
Amazing. You get everybody who gave us an answer on those warranties, you get a point. 2 points for giving us an answer. If you typed in an answer, thank you for helping contribute to the conversation. I can't believe it was 5-year, 50,000 miles at 62.
Well, it was for the 63 models. Just think about what those cars were. You know, like most of them were like 318 polys, and they're very simple cars, and they just built them well.
Tough, heavy duty.
Torque light transmissions. What's going to go wrong? I mean, you really got to.
You'd have to beat on it intentionally.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like today with all this electronics that, you know, one little diode piffs inside a.
All the more reason to have a big warranty if you're going to sell me that bundle of crap.
Carbide Jones says most garages would not touch K cars.
Really? They didn't like them K cars. They weren't too bad. They were different. They weren't really that bad.
Oh, it's a Grundig. She says, nice Grundig my housemate inherited. Built-in antenna snapped off possibly customality. Need to make something special. Yeah, but isn't there? Yeah, there's probably connections for antennas you could put. You know, you just do a long wire antenna. You want to watch somebody? Look at. I'm trying to think of his name. There's a YouTube channel. It's a guy in Finland that listens to stuff all over the place. He's really into AM radio, just regular old standard AM radio. And he's got an antenna that's it's a wire, and it's like 400 meters or something. It's a long damn wire strung between trees. And okay, I got to figure out what that is. But anyway, he'll be listening to, like, from northern Finland. He listens to like Australia, and I'm trying to think of the name of his channel. You know what? I'll make a point of it, and I'll post it in something, in one of those, what do they call that thing? Post. Used to call it community. Now it's post. But for those of you into radio, that guy, he does these videos that are about a minute and a half long, and it's all catches he has of AM radio, like all over the world from Finland, and not all big stations, not all like 50,000 watt stations. Some are like 1,000 watt stations from Australia and New Zealand and Japan. Yeah, it just amazes me.
Junk Car Willie.
Oh, that's what you asked me. It was a wire antenna. It didn't help much here, I don't think. Okay, yeah, you might not have the room. Yeah, this guy's in northern Finland, so you can imagine the room he has. He's out there by himself. In northern Finland, can you imagine what that territory's like? It's just twiggly looking trees and bare space. And he runs a huge wire antenna.
Junk Car Willie says, I have popped into your last 2 lives.
I see that.
But for some reason, it says I can't comment. I have no idea why that would be. We're not blocking anyone.
We're not blocking anyone.
We wouldn't block him. I wonder what's going on.
Okay, so Junk Car Willie, is he in here? Let me see.
I don't know, because
I'm gonna look because it just popped up. Junk Car Willie.
It's really weird.
Yeah,
Keep
all
going.
these.
Scroll.
I'm scrolling.
Nope.
Do not. Okay,
He doesn't.
John Carwelly, if you're still in here, I don't see you in the list. So if you're not in the list, I can't do anything. But I don't think we've blocked anybody. I mean, over the years, I've given a couple people timeouts for a minute or something, but not, you know, I've never blocked anybody.
There'd be no reason why it would be done. It doesn't make sense. You don't see the comment because it's actually, we got a notification that he commented on a video.
He commented on a video, so it popped up as a comment.
Yeah.
Which is
and
kind
he
of
may
weird.
or may not be in the stream right now. I don't know. There's nothing we can do about it right now. I don't even know why, because there's no block. We don't have a block list or anything.
Olive says, "Is Willie here?" I think Willie. Well, he was, or he's been trying, but he can't comment. Okay, I don't know what the YouTube issues. It's like tonight. I couldn't see my own. Thumbnail. They changed something.
Garbage.
Yeah, I got a hold of Mexican Spec could see it. And then Kim went and looked on another computer and she could see it. I couldn't see it on my own computer. Oh, says I will vouch for Willie. Have no fear. The potato is here. Yeah, it's really late for you.
Welcome in, Doug.
Well, it's because he probably doesn't have to go to work tomorrow.
Well, yeah, but still, he's not a super good guy. Thanks for stopping in, Doug. Where you been?
Yeah, hippie long. I don't see Willie either.
All right, don't get hung up on it. We'll try and figure it out.
No, I'm just commenting on your comment.
We'll respond to him when we get back to the house. Let him know, like, there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to be in here. And
30-foot aerial. That's a big motorcycle. Different kind of aerial. Yeah, this guy up there in northern Finland. I'm trying to think of his YouTube channel name. Arctic something. Arctic Radio or something. I don't know. But he's that guy's got like a 400 meter wire, and he pulls in, and it's probably pretty quiet up there because he's probably not close to any electrical wires. I know he's got some electric wires on his property. I think the antenna is well away from him, and it's amazing what he can hear. I was watching him yesterday. I think he was listening to a station in Perth, Australia, and it was like a 1,000-watt station or something, you know. Anyone on the mod bit, can you click on the three dots and see if... Oh, I just looked through the list. He's not here. Or at least it doesn't look like he's here. Stray Bullet says, I can't comment on some of the videos on a channel that I'm a moderator on. What the hell? I think YouTube's got some programming problems in there. And they're not interested in knowing about it. Hippie Long says, Format C, :
You know what that means?
I know what it is. It means you're going to format the C drive.
That means you're going to erase, scrub the whole thing. Start over.
See, my son's name is Matt. And he goes, yeah, if you want to get a hold of me, just put in there format. C : /. You know, like, all right, don't think I want to do that. Yeah, my kid's first computer, well, he's the one that's 44 now. His first computer, he dug it out of a dumpster, and somebody had torn something, welded something inside, so he had to cut some welds and I don't remember what he had to put in there to hold his uh, motherboard in and everything. But he got that thing running, and it was pretty good. And then one year, I think it was on his birthday, I gave him another motherboard, a new one, like up to date one. Man, he had that thing in there in minutes, probably like 15 minutes, and he had it running. He loved it, you know. But he's pretty sharp at that stuff. Hippie Long, yeah. Let's see. This is Doug's theory. Earlier today, I was chasing a parasitic draw on Lady Dougster's avalanche. Oh yes, I saw you were doing that. Found out my fluke multimeter is meant for electrician and won't go low enough to test for low voltage draw. Do you have an amp clamp? You have a little amp clamp? Because you put an amp clamp on there and you see the draw, and then as you pull fuses, all of a sudden the draw will go way low. But I don't know if you got one of those. I've got one of those. It's pretty cool. I got it down at the house right now.
What size were you making these little squares of metal? 3x3.
3 inches by whatever the width of that piece is, and then I cut it down. Are you going to try to do that?
I was going to make you some blanks.
Well, they're 3 inches by whatever the width of that slab is, and then I cut them. Then I cut them again because each piece is getting to be weirder shape and shorter. So I start off with a 3-inch piece. You're going to start doing my work for me.
I'm just going to make the piece, the blank, because you're too sick to stand up.
Okay, well, I'm not too sick to work. Well, I wouldn't feel good if I was over there working. Yeah, try yeah, if you could make 2 or 4 of those, it'd be really helpful. And then I'll finish them. Lord and Lady Dugster. Is he Lord Dugster? King Missile tells you exactly what to do. King Missile. Yeah, find a little meter with an amp clamp on it. Yeah, so cool.
For what, electrical voltage drop?
Yeah, you look, well, not for the voltage drop. You just clamp it on there, and it'll show what the draw is, and you go, okay, that's too much. Start pulling fuses until it drops way down, and you go, okay, it's something that's on this fuse. Then the fun part is finding all what's on that fuse, you know, because sometimes there's a lot on a fuse. And then you need a wiring diagram. But it's a fairly new car, or I'd call that a fairly new car. It's 15 years old. It's an electronic car. So I ordered a better fluke multimeter, 17B plus, lots of options, including temp sensing option. Here's a crazy thing. Lady Dugster's buying it for me. $140. Amazon.
Good job, Dugster. Now you'd be able to solve the problem.
Dugster says I have an amp clamp on the T. What is it, huge? The ones I've seen that work well on cars are little amp clamps. Man, they're pretty cool. And the amp clamp won't work for you. Control Delete, which is probably kind of like Control Alt Delete. That's good evening, by the way. Flukes are overpriced. I can get the same multimeter for a quarter of the price. You know what I used to do when I was working at a test site? We were setting up these toolboxes to get deployed, and they wanted this fluke meter in there. You know, guys would go up on top of a building and drop them off, and they drive over them with an airplane or something. I had enough of that, because then I had to go in and replace the thing, and then I'd get my ass chewed because I got to get somebody to approve it. So what I did was I bought a bunch of cheap little meters that were like $12, and I put those in the toolboxes. And then I also put a really good flute, what they wanted in there. And I just told everybody, if you're just looking for for continuity or doing something simple, checking voltage, don't use that flute. Use the cheap one. Ruin the cheap one. I'll replace those. And so we've kind of done the same thing around here. Although I don't have a flute, I just have the cheap ones. I have this and a couple more, something like that. But you know, oh, Doug just says I haven't used amp clamp, to be honest. I'm very limited in multi-media usage. Well, do you know how an amp clamp works? You put it around there and you turn stuff on, and you show the amp clamp just goes around the wire, and it'll show what the current draw is. Really simple. And then so then you shut everything off, and you'll see a current draw that might be a little more than you want, and then you go around and start pulling fuses. Man, all of a sudden, you see a new car, you'll have some current draw, but it won't be very much. It'll be like like an LED in the radio or something, or the thing that keeps the memory in the radio on, and little stuff like that. But if you got like something on that's more than that, it'll show up. So Rog Goulet, my hives itch like mad.
Uh-oh.
I need calamine lotion. What is that car you have there? What is that car? Some kind of a red car from the back with spoiler on it. Oh, so there's more to it than that. There's more to it than that.
Yeah. Oh.
Dean, excellent, Dougster. But maybe Gary Kuda says flies are driving me mad. I don't enjoy that. When we were at Dallas's place later in the afternoon, all of a sudden the mosquitoes came. Like they came all at once. They were just chewing us up. They had some of this chemicals you spray on yourself. This Dougster says, I know Fluke brand multimeters are good, and I pay attention to what tools people have in their boxes. Turbo Tom, Chrysler says 33 milliamps is okay. Okay, Turbo Tom, I'm sure you do this stuff working at a Chrysler dealer. Is that what you do? Put an amp clamp on and start looking at the draw with everything off? Because you see them with I've seen it with over 100 milliamps or a couple of hundred milliamps. When you see that, something's draining the battery. Or they said to remove the battery cable, but you have to be careful and checking amperage. No. See, that's the old way, connected in line. An amp clamp just goes around the wire. It doesn't touch anything. It touches the insulation. And it just senses what goes through. You don't have to worry about that. That's the old days, man. Very cootie. You get cluster flies. Oh, it's just, what year avalanche? I think it's 11. I think it's 2011.
11.
Oh, thank you. So 50 milliamp or less is okay. Did it melt the penny? Yeah, the amp clamp's a really good deal. I'm just wondering if that's what Turbo Tom uses. Turbo Tom says, yes, after 5 minutes, modules go to sleep. I don't know. I've never even heard of cluster flies. Sounds like a thing we don't have, and I'm glad we don't.
It sounds like a good thing to have.
One of these is crooked. Must be the edge I cut last.
It is the edge you cut.
Yeah, that's what I figured. When you even buffed it off, good. You did kind of like what I did. Somebody says, no, it didn't melt. Buddy Carfano says, no, it didn't melt. Kim, how late do you want to stay here?
Oh, I don't know. Especially if you're...
We've been here 2.5 hours.
Will they chat for
Dougster says, I wait an hour for it to go to sleep, close the latches, and lock the doors. Yeah, you know who I've watched do this? There's what's his name up there in New York? South Main Auto YouTube channel. There's the guy that he really knows his shit, and he's really good at troubleshooting electrical stuff and on new cars, and he puts it on YouTube. Yeah, most people don't do that, and if you want to learn something, he's a good guy to learn it from. Very good, not a whole lot. Now, a few of those little cheeky ones that you swat off your arm, they come back immediately. They fight each other. They're lunatics. Oh, that doesn't sound like a fun bug. Gee. Yeah, the mosquitoes are starting to come out around here when it warmed up. Now, today the mosquitoes aren't around because it cooled off again.
Hippie Long, I did see your suggestion to make a video about the problem with the manifold and the solution that we came up with. I will consider making that video. Guilt-free fly sex.
You know what they need to do? See, I had a friend that was a pilot down there in Yuma, and he didn't like that job. But he'd been a pilot for a long time. So he got another job. The job he got was flying a single-engine Cessna around that had a big trapdoor in the bottom of it. And the state of Arizona was paying him to go up with all these neutered flies, some kind of bugs, and he'd fly low over the fields and dump these things out. And they'd kill them off by, the neutered males. That's your body control module, driver's window malfunction switch, the radio. Bad grounds could be the culprit on the 11 amp avalanche. Pineapple sideways. Apple sideways.
Good night, Luis. Thanks for being
Luis
here.
is taking off. Okay, yeah, good night. Yeah.
Another Aussie. Welcome in. We've got lots of Australians because we're working on this ute. And,
yeah. I think
show. that brings in the Australian viewers.
Oh, that's not what I want to show.
Okay, go over to where it says Chrome 2.7 Ford block bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. Oh, right there. Click the downy.
And switch back to this one. Oh, why is it so huge?
Okay, hold on. I changed it because we were doing stuff. That's not right.
Kim's fixing it. But it's not fixing.
It's fighting.
There it is. That's Tavo's Australian ute. And then you can see the one behind us. It was a four-door Valiant. That's wrong.
I can move that camera.
And we can swing this camera around.
Oh, there you go.
Hang on, I'm going to skip the ad because that's going to interrupt us. My arm's about 4 inches too short. Let's see what we're doing. So we're making this dude into, it's all the same dimensions as an Australian Ute, but it was a 4-door, and the Australian Ute uses the same dimension front doors, or the doors on the Ute are the same dimension as the 4-door. So we got that going. This is really, it's coming along. But we've been working on the tailgate. I've been sick.
Oh, here, I'll flip this camera around and I can see the tailgate.
Tailgate, okay.
Yeah.
So
it's a little different than this. Good. So
Buff has chosen to make the bed more like the Aussie style than I would have. You know what we used? We used the bulkhead, whatever you want to call it, the back window
switch the view.
Out of a Ford. There.
We had a Ford Ranger here.
That's a back of a Ford Ranger cab.
Because we have the window for it.
And it's got a window with a slider and everything, so it's pretty nice. But and you can see where I've been. Well, she's got a inner fender on top of it right now, but you can see where the tailgate's getting done. And
oh yeah, it's kind of blocking. You can't see. But yeah, we've got a nice consistent top rail.
Harry Kuda says, "How do you neuter flies? Sounds like fiddly work." You know, I don't know that answer, but I do know that they had airplanes full of those things, and they were dumping them all over the place, and it worked.
I think they breed flies that are not fertile.
Yeah, they do that sometimes.
They breed males that are
not fertile.
Yeah, so they hatch them, they're already camped. Or at least that's what they say.
So anyway, that's what we're doing.
And the motor in this car has been all rebuilt. We did it, 3 years ago already on his channel. So if you want to look back in the archive, there's videos about all the work we did on the motor for this car. We did all that work on the motor of the car, and then it just sat because we didn't really need a 4-door Plymouth Valiant. And so, some of our viewers, they said, well, you know, it could be a Ute. And we looked into it, and we thought, yeah, let's try it. It's a big project, bigger than you might imagine. It's not just, you know, the fun part, the exciting part was like lopping off the roof, but then the work really starts trying to put it back together into something.
The more I think about that statement,
What's
how
that?
do you neuter flies? Sounds like fiddly work. Yeah. Take them in the hospital, and they do a surgery on them.
You make them wear a dress, and then they're.
It's let's see, and Tim's here. I've just been listening out here, starting to do better. Going to try to get outside tomorrow to work on my daily truck, front brakes time.
Who's doing brakes?
Tim. Tim just showed up.
Oh, yeah.
He says he's been listening.
Oh, well, take it easy, Tim. I know you have some health stuff going on. Just slow and steady. But, you know.
I've got some temporary health stuff going on. Man, did I get sick last night. But I'm feeling better. But I'm still not there.
Dean says you could neuter them with a magnifying glass and the sun. That is horrible.
He says, Dean Stevens says, gee, I hope Biofly doesn't see this. Is it Biofly or Vilify? Vilifly. I don't know what it is. They call him Biofly, but you can't hear what he says. Says, Buddy Carfon, I need the name of the person who fixed wires on Kim's Bronco, so I never hired them. Oh, wasn't that a mess? All these twisted together wires and God.
They were just doing the best they could. All the lights seem to work now, except for the backup lights. So we're having good. Oh, that's the thing I didn't have in the video, right? When I plugged the switch back in, you know how the connectors like clip into the plug? When I pushed it in, 2 of them pushed out. And then the whole thing wasn't working right. So once I got those pushed back in, everything started working. I was so glad that I didn't have to fart with stuff anymore. So yeah, now the on-off switch works, all the lights work, flashers work, turn signals work. The wires are rough in some places, but now mostly they're soldered, and I've got lights. So
I'm reading this. I got to go back up a little bit. Dean Stevenson. Where is it? Oh, I can't find it now. Well, he's talking about Joseph Stalin. Had one leg shorter than the other, and then from polio. Oh, there. One. Oh no, it was one arm too short. Joseph Stalin. And then who was it? Said Barry Kuda said Bruce McLaren had one leg longer than the other. Okay, how do you know if one leg's longer or the other leg's too short? How do you determine that? Okay, then Dee Stevenson said he was lucky with his bout with polio. I never knew that about him. Maybe I heard it once. I don't know. I had a friend that had polio. He said, about, see, my age, 1954. When I was born, that was a big deal. But that's when the first vaccines came out. It was 54, 55. So people just younger than me, a lot of them had polio. I got a friend that's like 3 years older than me, and he's a great pilot. He's still got a medical certificate. I think he's 75 years old, but he's got one leg shorter than the other, and he walks a little funny. But he always says, "Lucky I had polio when I was young, and I was able to do everything. And I'm a pilot." And, yep. Probably Bruce McLaren's right leg was the longer one. That's why he drives so fast. Otherwise, they'd have to put the gas pedal on the other side. My favorite was Lister Jaguar driver Archie Scott Brown. Alexa, give me a rifle, a scope, and I'll take
the flies. Woohoo! Off at 1,000 yards. Yes.
I'm a pretty good shot, or I was when my eyes were still good. Yeah. Hootering flies sounds like something you'd see on Stippy. If your spine curves wrong when you're a kid, they might measure your.
Yeah, they'll check your legs, and then they do all kinds of stuff. Because scoliosis, there's all kinds of different treatments that they want to do to.
When I was a little kid, polio was a big deal, and I know I was one of the first ones to get the vaccine.
Buddy Carfana says, just need to be able to start the Bronco from inside, then you're good to go. You know what? I think I probably need a new starter solenoid. It seems like it just doesn't connect good enough to crank the starter. So I think I got to get another one. That one was just garbage or faulty. I have one on the shelf. Maybe it will work. I don't know. But yeah, a new starter solenoid, because the key does, I've got a wire from the key that does trigger. So I should be able to get that to work. And I can shut things off. But I'm going to I got some toggle switches. I'm going to put a couple of the different electrical systems on toggle switches, so that like if I'm testing lights or the ignition, I can turn off the fuel pump so it doesn't flood. Barry Kuda says McLaren had Perthes disease.
Stray bullet. I'm still pretty good with just the iron sights. That's all I've ever used. I've got a scope for my 22. Oh, Turbo Tom says good night. Okay, good night, Turbo Tom.
A scope is like easy mode. If you know how to use a scope, you should be able to hit stuff.
I've got a scope on a 22, and it's like, what I need this for? But man, I'm gonna be in trouble here.
He wanted to be a firefighter all his life, says all. His body just wouldn't cooperate. My body's uncooperative too.
Up further, she was saying she learned a bit of radio. Where I learned a bit of radio was my fire department friend had spina bifida, so we became fire photographers. And
I see.
I saw that. I wanted to read it, but my throat's going crazy.
Turbo Tom's leaving. Good night, Tom. Thanks for being here.
Well, Kim. Bye. My throat's going nuts.
Yeah, we should
I've
give
been
you a
on here
break.
too long. Yep.
I don't want him to get any sicker than he already is.
I can't be as sick as I was last night. That was horrible.
No. But we did the stream, and actually we've been out here a good long time, more than 2.5 hours. And the turbo manifold, we made a little bit of progress. I made the next 2 plates for the tailgate.
To the tailgate.
Curvy thing for them.
Yep.
So it's moving. Little things are moving. It's just little things. But sometimes when you're not feeling well, that's all you can do. Is just get a couple little things done. So.
Man, a youth group leader when I was a teenager, 4-inch difference between right and left leg.
Oh, that's a lot.
You had to get shoes with that. It's so bad. I knew a guy that got injured in Vietnam, friendly fire thing. Chopped his legs all up, cut, like major bone. And when he got out, they discharged him. Of course, he went to the hospital and they healed up, discharged him. They gave him E5 pay for life. He'd been in it just under a year. And he goes, yeah, I got hurt, but, they treated me well. So, but he had one leg that was like a good inch shorter than the other.
4 inches, a lot of difference.
That 4 inches is huge. Okay, so we're going to say goodnight.
And Buddy noticed the new tires on the Bronco. Yeah, I got not new. They are used, nearly new tires.
Used tires.
They were on the right size wheels for the Bronco, and I think I got the set for $300. So I was like, oh, I should buy those now before they get snatched up.
Oh, mine is not allergies. It was like
no,
it was a flu or something. I mean, it cleaned me out. It's bad, and I got a really bad sore throat. So I don't know what happened. Some flu or something. Okay, Carbide.
Tim's gonna wake up the dog. Thanks everybody for participating tonight. I'm sorry if we missed anybody's comments or we didn't follow your conversation. It's hard to keep up with everyone, but we really appreciate you being here, and we'll try to do better next time.
Carbide Jones says it was fun. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. Thank everybody. It's always
you
fun.
guys are great. We'll see you on. Oh, check out Mexican Spec tomorrow night.
Mexican Spec tomorrow night
after Dead Dodge Garage.
And
we'll be on Tuesday.
I said I'd put up in the posts. I'll put up something about this guy that does all this radio stuff in Finland, and I don't know what else. I guess that's on Tuesday night. We'll be back with 1970 cars or whatever else you have.